So here we are. It's episode five of the Tennessee Titans UK Fans podcast. So it's been a while since we've had a podcast. Obviously, in the postseason, it's pretty boring with the NFL. Not a lot goes on, but obviously we've had three preseason games. We've now got the 53 plus the practice squad. So we've got a bit to talk about. So guys, do you want to talk about preseason? Did you anything impress you in preseason? I mean, we had two wins and a loss. So how do you guys think preseason went?
Well, some of it was good, some of it was bad. I mean, I thought Cam Ward played quite well, to be honest. I mean, he hardly got a lot of play. I mean, he got seven plays in one game, eight in another, four in the last. So you couldn't see a lot. But I just like the way his coolness with the ball. He never seemed to be flustered, which was a good sign.
James, any thoughts on preseason?
Uh, it's a tough one, isn't it, really, to judge really what's going on. The As Dave said it was. I didn't really see much of Cam Ward, and I was expecting to see a little bit more. It felt like every time he was getting into it, he was taken out. Now, for me, I'd rather see him get up to speed, and I know it's only you're playing against the third string players, but I want to see him playing a little bit more and have a bit more repetition. I think in the third game, Mahomes had like a really long drive, and he's obviously their number one quarterback. So teams are putting their quarterbacks and into the fray and giving them a bit more time and getting them up to speed with the NFL. And I think that's important for Cam. And I just feel like he was taken out a bit too early on each game. Uh, Allen was quite good as a backup. I didn't think he was too bad, but for me, I was a bit disappointed with preseason. It was obviously great. We got some wins. Probably might be the only two wins we get all season, but it is third string. I don't think any of the players I was expecting to see got much game time. Like Restrepo, I thought he was going to get loads of game time. Barely got anything. Um, Helm was good. He had some good catches. But again, the other ones like Iamana and Dyke didn't really get much either. So it was a bit. I didn't think I'd really learned much from the pre-season on what we're going to expect going forward, but it was okay. It was nice to watch NFL again, I guess.
Yeah, it's always tricky in the NFL with preseason. It's kind of like it's all about practice squads and kind of getting a bit of ring rust off some of the players, and they don't get that opportunity. So, you want Cam Ward to play all three games. You want him to show what he's doing, but it's almost like they're scared that he's going to get injured because he's going to be the number one quarterback for us this season. It's kind of like they kind of drip him in and drip him out, and you kind of think, well, I want to see him play, but then I guess it is quite a physical, game, and it's quite a long season for them, isn't it? They get a lot of injuries, so you can see why they don't want to put them out there, but then at the same time, you know, but sometimes a jump from college to NFL is quite a big jump, and some players do struggle with it. So you kind of need to be thrown at the deep end of it, don't you? So it's kind of you want it at the same time you don't want it, but you've got to trust the coaches know what they're doing because they often do the same thing, don't they? Really. So I guess they're the ones with the more experience than us, and yeah, you kind of have to trust they know what they're doing. So yeah, so preseason was pretty good. Like I say, like you said, James, it was nice to get a couple of wins. Hopefully, we'll see a few more this season. Not too sure myself. I think we're in for a long season, but I think we'll be okay. I think we're gonna do better than we think. I mean, did anybody stand out for you guys in pre-season that you really thought this could be the guy this season? Or
I was really impressed by Gunnar Helm. I mean, he caught some really good passes. He looked confident when he caught them and he moved well. I just feel if he gets his chance, he's going to get probably certainly be the number one receiver, the tight end next year. Because I think Okonkwo will probably not be kept unless he has a really outstanding season. So he's the one who in the preseason really stuck out for me.
Same. Uh, yeah, it was. I think we looked. He looked really good. It's the contested catches he looked good in. I think that's the one he scored like one hand, caught with one hand, where he was like two players around him. I think that was quite good. And yeah, he does look good. I think I'm a big fan of Chig, and I really want to do well, but I think they're two different tight ends, and I really want Chig to stay with us. I think he offers a bit more uh, after catch, so he's got a bit more speed to him. Whereas Helm's very much better in like contested catches. He's obviously a better blocker as well. So it'd be nice to see them two work, and I think that if we do, and it's it's a contract season for
Yeah, I
Chick
think he's played
as
three,
well.
hasn't he? So he's in his fourth year.
Yeah, so and most players, knowing the Titans, they'll ball out in their fourth year. We overpay them, and then they'll get injured in their fifth. Um, so I think I like to see them to do well. I quite like Chick. I think he got better towards the end of last season, so hopefully he can take that going forward into next year.
Just obviously on the conversation there, with the receivers. I mean, it's going to be interesting this season to see what kind of style of play we're going to have because I know traditionally over the years we've had running backs. Are we going to change the style of play this year? Do you think? Do you think we are going to be more of a throwing team with Cam Ward, or do you think we are going to see like Pollard, Chestnut doing a bit more running? Because obviously TJ Spears is out, isn't he now? Is it 6 weeks? He's out for 4, 5, 6 weeks. So obviously he's out of the equation for the start of the season. Do you think we might see a change of style this season? Maybe.
Well, I mean, they said when Callum took over that he was going to be a more passing team, and last season we weren't really. So we'd like to think that we do more move in that direction a bit more now with Cam in control behind. Um, Obviously, there isn't any, apart from Ridley, none of the others have really stood out during the pre-season. I mean, I think Jefferson was in danger of being thought not making the team until the last game when he actually did some very good catches and he did a beautiful move to get the touchdown.
Yes, yeah, I think it's gonna be good. It should be all right. I have full faith. I think it's gonna be we're gonna go away from that ground and pound run attack that we had under Henry. I think last year we hit Pollard did quite well considering it was obvious they didn't trust Levis to throw it. So
Yeah, very, very clear.
it,
Especially when he gets thrown into the opposition.
Yeah.
yeah, so I think it was like they just wanted to give him a gun. He did really well, and I think he's definitely a running back. He surprised me actually with the workload he did have and what he actually did and kept himself relatively fresh each week. So I think he'd be a good option. Cam throwing it around. Obviously, Cam's quite good on his feet as well. Uh, and Pollard will pick up the pieces. I think hopefully this will be the year where we have that good throw game as well as the run game. So and they'll complement each other. So hopefully we could get more few more passes out there, which will then open up the lanes for the run game.
So just you touched on there about obviously Levis. Just on a side note, where do we think his career is going to go now? Because obviously he's out for the season. He's out of contract at the end of the season as well. Do you think he's going to continue in the NFL, guys, or do you think he might be finished possibly? Because
No,
he
I
did show
think,
signs of looking good, doesn't he? He had moments, but then he also had the other moments where he was kind of all over the place, weren't he?
well, he wouldn't be taking the having the operation done now unless he wanted to come back. So, I mean, ultimately, his future isn't with the Titans. He's going to find it somewhere else. And whether he's kept on for the preseason next year and then picked up by somebody, or he goes in the beginning of the spring and he then tries to get on someone else's team. But I
I
think
think.
he's shown in bits that he is quite good. He's very
Mm,
good. He's not been consistent enough throughout the season, which is not was not all his own fault, but he didn't really help his cause by some rather inept throws.
yeah, it makes you wonder, did he, because he was playing with that injury, is that what caused a lot of the problems? Because he knew he couldn't throw it and he wasn't getting enough on it. And you kind of think, well, is it down to him? Should have he pulled himself out and said, guys, I can't play, I'm injured? Or should the Titans have assessed him better and said, well, quite clearly you're not fit. The season was going to pot anyway, so you just should we have pulled him out earlier and kind of said, look, manage him better and got him in that operation quicker. So he could have made it back halfway through this season, but now he's
Hmm.
out for an entire year now, isn't he? So I don't know whether it's mismanagement from the player or was it mismanagement from the team. I don't know. It's a shame. It's a shame for him because I think he is a good quarterback. I think he could have a career in the NFL if he's fully fit again and stops doing silly mayonnaise adverts. But they've got to make money somehow, ain't they, on the side?
Good fame got to his head.
I did think that when he started doing the mayonnaise advert and the aftershave, I thought, and then was it? was it Tom Brady that said he was quite good as well? And you kind of think, has fame got to his head and has he lost it a little bit? That was my worry at the start of last season, but then he did get the injury, so maybe it's the injuries that caused the problem. But I think he could have been managed better by himself and the team. But obviously, that's a side note. We won't read too much about Levis because obviously we're not going to see him this year, are we? So he's, like I said, I don't think he'll be in the team next season. You never know; they might hold on to him because they did invest quite a bit of time and money into him, so they might hold on to him. But I think, yeah, I think it can come strong, we'll be looking for experienced quarterbacks to kind of be behind him, like Allen, for example, because I think, yeah, he looked good in preseason, didn't he? He looked quite solid. Hopefully, we don't need to use him much this season, and Cam's going to come on really, really good, but we'll see on that. So, oh, sorry. I've had to sit on a pillow because I'm too short for the camera. I'm 5'5" and I really do struggle. So I said to my son before I started, I said, "Can you throw me a pillow, please? I need to put myself up a little bit. It's not good, is it?"
They do a
So
lot
what?
of good child booster seats, you know.
Well, I know I need to get one. I really do. It's being 5'5", it don't have causes some problems, I tell you. So God, what else do we want to talk about Titans then? Because obviously we haven't spoke. God, when was the last time we spoke? About 4 weeks ago, I reckon, was it? Maybe 5 weeks ago? But that's probably longer, wasn't it? When we did
Oh,
episode four.
May, I think was the last
Was
time
it
we
May?
talked.
Was it?
Yeah,
It's
Draft
it's
time,
it,
wasn't
yeah.
it's so boring, isn't it? When they have like the post season, like kind of unfortunately most of the time our season finishes in January, not February. And you go so long with nothing at all, and it's kind of so quiet, isn't it? And you kind of you see snippets online from the team, and you just want more, don't you? So it's been quite long, hasn't it? So we've got Broncos first game of the season Sunday. For some reason, I could be wrong on this, but I know Sky and Channel Five are showing all the games on like Sky Plus, and for some reason the Titans game is the only one you can't choose this week, I believe. So they obviously don't want to look at the first round pick and see how good we've got over the summer. You guys looking forward to the Broncos? I've read online everyone's kind of saying that it's going to be a hard game for the Titans. They're quite organised. Or do you think we're going to go out there and surprise them?
Well, it's going to be a tough game. I mean, if they play anything like they did last season, but they're one of the number three ranked defense in the league. It's going to be a tough time for a young quarterback, a new offensive line to play against. It really depends on how the offensive line plays. If they can play gel together and give us some sort of protection, not give up too many sacks, I think we can certainly. I don't want to say we can certainly win, but at least if we come up only with a sort of 10-point loss, that would be a good performance.
Yeah, I think it's a trial by fire the start of the season for Cam, isn't it? Really, going up against the Broncos and then the Rams. I think if we can make it through week one and week two without any injuries, our season starts week three against the Colts. I just don't see anything other than a loss in those first two games, being completely realistic. Rams have got a very good defensive line. The Broncos are solid everywhere. I'm surprised we didn't get any TV time, being the number one pick, first game. Bo Nix played really well towards the end of the season last year, so I thought it'd be a really good game to put on TV. But obviously, I mean that's just the joys of watching Titans, really, isn't it? You're never going to get prime time TV. You're never going to get the good slots. I'm surprised we're even at 9 o'clock. To be fair, normally we're always at 6 o'clock on Sundays, the boring days, the boring times. Uh, but yeah, I'm a bit surprised we're not on TV. But yeah, it's going to be a tough game. I just want to let's see some nice plays. Hopefully, make it through unscathed without any interceptions, any silly behavior. That's what. Let's be honest. That's what we want to see. Is it doesn't really matter the result. I think the first two games, we just don't want to see any of those Levis type interceptions. I don't think if we lose, it's fine, but I just don't want to see them just chucking the ball away to the Broncos or the Rams defense just for easy pick sixes. As long as we can make it through, no interceptions, he looks good, the offensive line holds up, spread the ball around a bit. It'd be nice. I think it'll be good to go into week three, knowing we're playing a slightly weaker team. I think our defense is going to be have a time to shine in week three against the Colts. I mean, we don't even know who the quarterback's going to be by week three for them. At the moment, it's Daniel Jones, but I'm pretty sure that will change by halfway through week one. So yeah, I think our season starts week 3 for us.
Yeah,
This
really
thing,
well.
like I say, I've got a different opinion. I think we're going to win. I think we're going to go out. We're going to shock the world. We're going to get out there. Cam Ward's going to prove to everyone how good he is. We're going to smash it. But maybe I'm just deluded. But yeah, like you'd say, I kind of, as much as I want us to win, I'm kind of with you guys where it's kind of, we just need to get through it, have some good moments. And like you said, James, no silly moments, no throwing the ball to the side to somebody's hands so he can run with the ball and get touchdown too many times. It's a case of, we've got a young quarterback now. I mean, to be fair, he looks good, doesn't he, when he's on the cameras and when he's, like they say, he's there at 5:30 every morning training. He obviously wants this, but whether you want it and you want to push for it, you've still got to be good enough to be able to do it. So hopefully, like you say, he's got this skill to go with the determination, Cam Ward, and he's going to lead the team. And I know there was a lot of question marks about him being made captain as well. Everyone kind of said, well, he's a rookie quarterback, why they make him captain? In my opinion, the quarterback is kind of the manager that's on the pitch, whether he's young or not. He's the guy who's making those calls. No matter what the management say, the call to make, he will be the one with the ball who could change it himself at any point. So I think making him captain is a good idea. It's a lot of pressure to put on him, but when you see how he holds himself in the press, you kind of think, well, he has got it. He looks like he wants it as well. So yeah, a lot of pressure on Cam Ward first couple of games, but like you say, hopefully the defense don't crumble. I mean, watch him get injured like we did with lots of quarterbacks for the Titans, where everyone gets through and sacks them every time. So we don't want that. Like I said, the Colts maybe is the first game we need to be looking at, but maybe we can win one of the first 2 games. Give everyone a little bit of a shock. I think we are in for a long season. I've seen a lot of people predict us to be 7-10 this year, which, to be fair, 7-10. Most of the seasons, you'd be like, you want to win more than you lose, but 7 wins with a rookie team, and we've had a proper rebuild, probably wouldn't be that bad. I mean, 7-10 could get you in the playoffs just as well. So yeah, it's going to be an interesting season, and I think the first few games are going to be fun. And I did think when they said it was a 9 o'clock kickoff, I thought, well, we might be the Channel 5 game. So again, quite disappointed we weren't on Channel 5 because what we're trying to do here is promote the Titans in the UK, and that would have been the perfect opportunity for us to kind of say, right, everyone get on Channel 5. There's no excuses, there's no subscriptions, everyone get out there, and they didn't show us. So I'm kind of hoping at some point Channel 5 get a game so we can say to the fans who don't have Sky, DAZN, however you say that, and Game Pass to kind of, see some American football. And I keep telling people the Titans, although they've not been good last couple of years before that, they've been quite good. So hopefully we can get some exposure out there for the Titans going forward. But it's hard to try and get people to follow the team, isn't it? When they're not winning games.
There's that one story about this year about Cam's mentality. It was Callahan said it where they were in training and they were doing the practice calls. So Callahan was telling Cam Ward the play call, and Cam Ward was chirping at Big Jeff, and they were just going backwards and forwards, and they were just proper smack talking each other. And Callahan was like, "Do you want me to? Should I wait for you to finish?" And Cam was like, "No, no, I've got it." And they literally went straight into the huddle, and he did the play, called the play exactly how it is. And I love that he's listening with one ear, and then his personality's coming out while he's doing both things. And I think that's just it's refreshing to see that sort of personality with the Titans. He's come in and he's really grasped. I wasn't surprised to see that he was a captain because he's come in and he's really shown to be a leader. I think for me, I just want to see that elite mentality, which I believe he's got, shown on the field. That's all we care about. It's all well and good. He's ticking all the boxes at the moment in the training, in the practice games and stuff like that. It's just I want to see that in the real game when it matters, showing that leadership, which he clearly does have. He's got a bit of respect across the whole board. Him and Jeff having a big scrap, and then they're like best mates gone fishing the next week. So it's it looks good. I just really, really, really hope that he shows it on the field and he's good. He's going to be good. I just want him to be good. Please be good.
Well, some players you see where they go with the hype that they've got, and whereas you feel with Cam Ward, he's making his own hype. He's as you say, he's there first like to be there to get training, and he's almost the last to leave. So he plays very well. But he's instilled the bond of the other players who have more experience, who respect that, and uh, hopefully they will be wanting to play for the Titans and want to play for him, and that will show hopefully in our performances.
Definitely.
Well, that's it. You need a good leader to pull them along, don't you? To kind of you get the impression he's going to, when they're down, drag them back up. And if they're buying into what he's doing, then vice versa, they'll buy into each other, and they'll the games that you might lose, you might drag yourself to a 1 point victory. And then on previous seasons, you get Levis just kind of throw the ball anywhere, and it all goes wrong. You know, sports can be won and lost by very fine margins, and something different and that mentality could be the thing that drags them over the line. That could be the thing that gets them in the playoffs, or doesn't get them in the playoffs. But we want to think positive here, so very positive.
Well, I think also, I mean, last year we didn't seem to have a lot of luck. It was always the case when the ball got tipped, it fell to the ground and we never intercepted it or recovered the fumble. And every time we happened to get a ball that was tipped, it went into somebody's hands, or the ball went on the ground and somebody picked it up and ran back for a touchdown against us. So maybe we'll get a bit more luck this year than we've had for the last year or last couple of years.
I did think the referees on quite a few occasions last season let us down quite a bit. They've got the new technology this year, haven't they? With the where they're marking the ball,
Hmm.
so that should be interesting to see. Got kind of like their version, the VAR where the ball lies and stuff. Is that going to go against us as well this season? No, not like this year. Every time they do it, will be a 1 inch too short every single time of the third down. It'll be just typical, won't it, of the Titans? We finally get the
Let's,
technology, and it's going to go against us.
let's just not mention being 1 inch away from the line again, all right? That will
Well,
bring back
sorry, yes,
horrible,
sorry,
horrible memories.
yes.
It
Not
was
the goal
over the
line,
line.
just
It
the 10
was
yard line.
over.
But like I say, yeah, it's kind of you do kind of hope that now they're using this technology. I mean, in soccer, we'll call it soccer on here. You watch that, and even in VAR, and then they get it wrong somehow with the technology. So I'm kind of hoping this year, as they're bringing more technology into American football, it's not going to ruin the game as well, because you know, American football and all sports can break your heart at the best of times, and it's even worse when you've got somebody in a booth watching a replay and they still get it wrong. So,
Yeah.
all sports need a bit more consistency with that. And if American football is going to start bringing more and more technology into it, then yeah, they need to make sure they get it right and be strong with their decisions. But I'm sure over the season, not just with the Titans, we're going to see a lot of teams who are going to struggle this year with technology, with the referees, because well, they're all human, they all make mistakes. But you know, when you can watch it back on TV in slow motion, they should be making these mistakes, but they do. So that's just the joys of modern sports and something we have to get used to these days, isn't it?
Yeah. I'm actually interested in Sly, actually. I mean, what, he made a 66-yard field goal he
Yeah, the
scored
field goal,
the
weren't the
last
long one.
game.
It's like the record.
Yeah.
Which is one thing that we haven't had. I mean, Falk was an amazing kicker. I mean, he basically under 50 yards, he was virtually automatic last season. But and I think we'll probably miss a few more. But if we can get a few 60-yard kicks, then I think that'll do us some good.
Who was the punt kicker we had who went to Miami? His name?
Stonehouse.
Stonehouse.
Stonehouse
Yeah,
got cut.
yeah, he got cut, didn't he? And
Yeah.
I know there's a lot of things saying about he's got to get his accuracy better, and I know he broke his leg was quite bad. But again, even I was surprised he got cut from there. I mean, I was quite surprised when the Titans first signed him because he wasn't drafted; he was free agency, wasn't he? So I was a bit like, okay, I'm surprised we got him there. Then he went to the Dolphins and then got cut again. So I do wonder. I know it's a side note away from current Titan players, but yeah, I was quite surprised he got cut. I do wonder if that broken leg has caused him a few issues, possibly
Well, I
because that
don't think it's the
okay.
actual leg because I mean his average was still pretty good last year, but
Mm.
I think I mean in the first game he came back, he got flattened. He had a block punt and he got flattened, and I think his confidence was such that he wanted to get the ball away quicker
Mm.
than he would to get the
Yeah, he
elevation,
has quite a long
and I think
stride
that
as well, doesn't he?
yeah, and I think that made him kick lower and therefore kick beyond the coverage or too quickly. He got to the receiver to return the ball. Um, anyway, but I think he'll sort it out sometime. I mean, he kicks too well to be.
Yes, you think somebody's going to pick him up at some point,
Yeah.
even if they have him on a practice squad. He's going to be in and around the game, isn't he? Because he's quite a good tool to have if you can kind of get his kicks right. I think just again on another side note, just talking of non-Titans players, there was a bit of talk last week about Hendon Hooker coming and joining the Titans when he got released from the Lions because obviously he's linked with the Vols. Obviously, I don't know where he's gone now. He's gone out somewhere else. Would you guys have took him? Would you have considered him possibly?
Well, well, I don't see what the point of him is. I mean, Cam Ward is here to stay for at least the next 2 years, or this season and next season. And
Ten
so
years, ten
what?
years, 10 years.
No, but that's how long it. At worst, he's going to get. He's going to
Yeah.
get 2 years. Well, you get Hooker. He's going to be 2 years doing nothing.
Well, yeah,
It's
he's
just a waste.
27 as well, so he's got to
It's
kick
a
on in his
waste
career,
of.
hasn't
It's a waste of thing. I mean, I agree with you. You want to, you want Ward to be there for the next 5, 10 years, um, but he's not really worth it.
Yeah, I think
he? Well, no, yeah,
with Hooker you need well with a QB and a rookie you need a vet QB
Yeah.
who can help coach him a little bit. A lot of the coaching is going to come from obviously the coaches, but some of it will come from the backup QBs who have been around the game for a long time. So you want a vet there. Don't get me wrong, I'm a Vols fan and I love Hooker. What he did at the Vols was incredible, but it's taken away that bias. Yeah, it would be nice for him to come back, but he'd only been a QB3 and practice squad QB at best. So yeah, he's a backup QB. It would never be any pressure, but he hasn't done enough. He hasn't played enough, or been around enough QBs to be a good backup and to kind of be that vet and that voice of reason that you kind of want someone to be. Of all the time, I wanted to bring back Tannehill. I think he's got whatever people think about Tannehill. I thought he was great for the Titans. We turned us into a winning team. But he's been around the block. He knows everything, and he would have been a great vet to have and to just to coach Cam Ward and just to get him somewhere. I don't really know much about Alan. I know he's been around, but you want that experience in your QB too, I think.
Well, I
that's
don't know why they don't just hire somebody, an ex player, to sit on the sidelines, not in uniform, and sort of mentor him. Um, He
Yeah.
doesn't have to actually be someone who's actually going to play for you. His job is there to just to be with him, and he throws an interception or whatever. He just, gives him some advice and whatnot. He's not part of your squad in terms of playing. He's just there to mentor him.
Yeah.
yeah. It's not a bad shout that really, but maybe it's because they want them being together all the time, like almost like living together on the pitch and off the pitch, kind of being together. And maybe that's how they want it. Um, they want them all. I don't know. Do they want them all geared up in the gear on the sidelines, ready to go? I don't know. Yeah, you would think an older quarterback, somebody in their 40s, you could throw, you know, $500,000 a year to them, $750,000 just to coach them. You'd get a lot of takers on that, and they haven't got to gear up on a Saturday. They're just coaches, but obviously they don't do it, so there must be a reason why.
I guess that's what you want Callahan to do. He's had this when he came in, it was all about how he coached up all the top QBs, Stafford, Burrow. This is the time he needs to shine. He's got a rookie QB, the best in the draft class. Um, he's that you want him to be the one that's bringing him forward. And you got a QB coach as well. He's got hope there doing the business and getting getting Cam ready. And if he does have those moments, those wobbles, he's not throwing it out of play or he's holding onto the ball too long. He wants them to calm him down, and hopefully they'll do that. Callahan seems quite a down to earth guy. Um, I mean, he could have lost the plot plenty of times last season, but he seemed to stay calm. Obviously, Levis, he had that little bit with Levis, but I think Levis just pushed the boundaries really. When you keep chucking it away stupidly and doing stupid stuff, you're gonna get told off. And I feel that it kind of pushed the limits last season. But you'd like to think it's a clean slate now, starting again, and hopefully it can just be that voice of reason and just keep Cam calm. That's all we need to do is keep him calm, keep him protected, and keep him calm.
Do we think Callahan, let's say we don't have a good season this season again. Hopefully we don't get first pick again. Although first pick's quite good to get sometimes, you don't want to be down there, do you? Do we think Callahan's going to get, multiple seasons here at the Titans, or is the pressure on him again this season to perform? Are we going
Well,
to see halfway through he could go?
I think if he gets less than 6 wins, I don't think he survives. I think
Oh, hello, hello.
I'd like to give him.
What did I
I'd like.
say?
To, I don't think we'll get. I think 7 wins is our ceiling, and I think five's our floor. At the end of the day, we don't have a great team. It's we've got good pieces. We don't know how the O line's going to be. We've taken a punt at our left tackle. People say he's not very good, but we've got a left tackle. We've moved JC to right tackle. I just want to see protection, and we want to see the pieces in place. And hopefully next year we can then pick an elite wide receiver. That's what we need. We need wide receiver and we need an edge. We need to get those picks, and the only way you're going to get the top ones is by doing quite bad. What was it? The Bengals, they got Burrow, then they got Chase. So they were low picks to start off with. They got the picks that are going to take them forwards. If we finish, I don't want to see him go. I think he's good, and I think if we get 5 wins, I'll be happy with that. To be fair, new QB, as long as it looks good. If we're losing by one score games, it's just the way it goes, isn't it? Obviously, it'd be great to get more. I'm trying to keep my realistic head on and say I'm not get carried away. If I say 5 and we get more, I'm going to be happy. If I say 7 and we get 5, I'm going to be disappointed. That's the way I'm looking at it this year.
well, I think it also depends on how the season goes. I mean, if they were at say 4-4 and then lost, you know, 9 or 8 out of the last 9, then I think he's in trouble. I don't think he can go that far. But the first 4 are quite tough. If they lost the first 4 and then out of the final 13 games he went say 6-7 or 5-8, then he might hang on. I mean, I don't want him to go. I think the Titans have a good chance of winning 7 or 8 games this season.
It's always difficult because you don't want to be constantly chopping coaches, and then you have the inconsistency, which we've had as well here. And you see quite often where you have inconsistency, especially with a young quarterback. And then somebody comes in with a different system, then they get fired, then another system comes in. So it's almost like if the team have got enough confidence in him, even if he doesn't do so well this year, you've got to have that confidence with your own ability to make decisions of keeping the coach and sticking with it and saying we've got a system we're going to pursue with it. But then at the same time, you don't want to keep pursuing with something that's going to fail, do you? So it's a tricky one. I'm glad I'm not an owner of an NFL franchise because I don't think I'd want to keep making decisions like that and firing people all the time. Because the problem you have is when you lose games, fans don't turn up. You lose the fan base. So you've got to try and keep the fan base on board. And generally speaking, in modern sports, the best way to keep fans on board is to fire the manager because that seems to keep people happy, doesn't it? Especially when you like see soccer, for example. But you don't want inconsistency. You don't want change all the time, do you? So I think he should be safe because I think we're going to get, like I say, 5, 6, 7 wins this year, and I think that'll be enough for us to either scrape in the playoffs or just miss out, which kind of for a bad season you kind of see that as success. So it'd be interesting what happens.
It's hard to imagine that 7 games is going to make the playoffs, to be honest.
Well, you never know.
No, I think you definitely bet against that. I think to get
You'll
in
be
the
getting to
playoffs,
like
you have
8,
to
9, haven't you?
you're going to have to be 8 is probably very unlikely. but probably nine. You're going to need nine at least. So,
We shall see. But to be fair, it'd be nice just to get 7 wins, wouldn't it? Really, at the moment after last season's. I mean, how last season we ended up with the first pick in the end, I don't know, because you kind of thought we were going to get second and third for quite a bit, and then somehow we ended up with first pick, and
yeah.
it was like quite unexpected in the end, weren't it? How we managed to get that. So, well, yeah, you can't say we tried to force it. It's like all the other teams just didn't want it either, did they? For some reason.
So then, what are we saying about the result then on Sunday? I think lose
Titans win
by 7.
Yeah, I'm
31-7.
as we lose by a one score, I'll be happy.
To be fair, like you say before, James, if we're just competitive and we're just showing like we've got something building here, we've got like a structure. We're not just throwing the ball here, there, and everywhere and running everywhere. If we've got like a structure, this is what we need now. This is the Titan way. This is how we play football. This is what we're going to do. And even if we're losing it by playing a certain way, and we stick to what our plan is. That's what you want. It's kind of what you want to see. You want to see what we're trying to achieve. Obviously, we were Levis. We didn't know what we were trying to achieve because we were just throwing the ball away. So we need a bit of a structure now. What the team is going forward and what we want to be. But it's going to be a hard game. It's going to be a hard watch, most likely. I think we might win. Both think I'm deluded, quite clearly. But you got to think confident. It's been a long time without football, so you just got to keep thinking confident, haven't you? So that we're going to do this. But it'll be interesting what happens.
Be thinking they're going to win till the last whistle goes, but
I don't know. Not normally 5 minutes in, I change my mind and think this is it, it's over. So, but like I say, you just got to, it's sport. Anything can happen in sport. The weather, injuries, silly refereeing decisions can make a difference.
oh yeah.
Anything can happen. But unfortunately, I think we know where somebody's going. But we'll see what happens. Right. So I think we're getting to the last minute here. So obviously, once again, guys, thanks for joining me. We're going to just for everyone who watches this, we're going to make sure we get a few more this season now. This was the fifth one, so we had a bit of a practice earlier after the season finished. So guys, keep joining me. We're going to push this a bit more. As usual, please come join us, especially on the Facebook page. We're trying to grow the Facebook page more than anything else because that's where the interactions are. It's where James and David talk quite a lot. I know I've been pushing TikTok a bit recently. A lot of people are on TikTok. Are you two on TikTok?
No.
Got to join
No.
TikTok and follow. It's going really well. You'll see random videos of me fist in the air saying tighten up, which is very cringy and very embarrassing the other day. But we've got to do these things to get these fans, haven't we? We've got to tell people the Titans are here. Even in the UK, we want Titans fans. We want all over the world, especially in the UK, we want to push the Titans fans. But I want everyone to join us. So come along to the Facebook page. Come join the page. Come join us. Interact with us. Sundays are a great laugh. Everyone's on there talking. James gets very angry. David gets very emotional. I just sit there and cry. So he's what we want to see, and it's sport, it's live sport. It's fun, isn't it, guys? That's why we love it because anything can happen, which we'll find out Sunday when the Titans win.
Yeah, I hope you're right, David, and I'm wrong.
Yes, I don't think that's going to be the case, but we'll see. Right, so we'll leave it there, guys, and we'll do another podcast soon.
Cheerio.